Hey, what's going on? I'm Brandon Bain.
And I'm Dan Foulds.
This is Rubbing and Grubbing, where rubbing is racing.
And grubbing is tasting. Hey, listen, guys, thanks so much for being here tonight. We have a spectacular show for you, made more spectacular because today the Atlanta Braves won a baseball game. How about it? Yeah! Yeah, this is a NASCAR show, but hot damn, our boys won a game, and we're excited. Hey, listen, thanks, fans. Please like. Hello, fire in the hole. Hold on. We are up on the TP Tower of Power, coming to you from Thunderbolt, Georgia, at Coach's Corner.
The center of the universe,
The
man.
center of the universe. All right, NASCAR news. My producer, the brains behind the camera, Lawrence Bennett, called this last week. He called this last week. We called it here last week. Alex Bowman's going from the 88 to take over to 48. And you thought it was a bunch of stewing.
No, what I said is I think it's stupid that you're going to move from a car number that you've already won in, you're established in, over to another car number. I say let's just keep the 88, the 88, and the 48, the 48.
Why would you do that? Yeah.
The reason you do that is because of sponsors. It's very simple.
The money.
It's very simple for the sponsor. So the 48, Alley, Ally that has sponsored that car, big full-time sponsor might go, hey, the guy that's coming in, a lot of folks think's coming in, I might not want my name on that. So instead, a predominantly Chevy and Hendrick funded team is going to be that 88 car of what driver's going to step in it, which we're going to get on that in just a second. But Alex Bowman wants to be the face of Ally. Hey, cool with that, man. The guy coming to drive that 88, there's two candidates out there, and I named both of them. The first part of the season, when we started talking about this, I said there was two guys whose contracts were up or, up for re-signing or whatever that were going to sit inside that 48 or be a Hendrick car. I say 48. I thought it was going to happen. Kyle Larson, that was the guy I said that's going to go from Ganassi. He's going to move right into that 48, and it's going to be amazing. Then we had the controversy that happened with Kyle Larson, which really kind of got blown out of the water just due to the times that we were here, dealing with in America at the time, honestly. We're in 2020. That word's been used for slang for so long, and the context you use it in dictates certain things. Certain other things dictate certain things. We're not going to get involved in all that. He's paid his dues, does a lot for his local youth, diversity programs that he does before the one that they're talking about now. So let's not make it like, hey, I got in trouble and now all of a sudden I got to go do my classes. No, What this is I've been doing this for years. Something bad in the media happened to me due to the times or due to whatever. Hey, this is what it is. Great race car driver. Absolutely a mass talent that the sport is missing because that name would have been brought up in quite a few mixes we saw this year, guaranteed.
Yes.
So love to see him come back. Always been a Hendrick fan. Absolutely love to see him come back to the Hendrick camp. We're loaded over there, man. We're loaded. We got a lot of young talent in the next 10 years that's going to blow up. So super stoked to see, what happens between him and Eric Jones.
So do you see him in the 48?
I see him in the 88.
I'm sorry, in the 88. And
Bowman's going to the 48. I absolutely see Kyle Larson or Eric Jones. Those are the only two names going to that 88. If Larson signs, you'll see Eric Jones probably over in the 43. Even if Benedetto doesn't get re-signed at the Wood Brothers, I'm thinking that they're going to bring up Austin Cindric. You could see Matt Benedetto or Eric Jones in that 43. But both of those guys, everybody that's there is going to have another ride next year, guaranteed.
Gotcha. The playoff bubble's about to burst for Kyle Busch. He's 21 points down. Austin Dillon is 21 points down. Clint Boyer's 37 points down. Eric Almirola is 48 points down.
Yep.
And it looks like these drivers will need a win or a good finish with a lot of luck to move on to the next round of the playoffs.
I think mathematically there's only two guys. There's only two guys in there mathematically, honestly, that could really surprise. Now, we all know Kyle Busch. I mean, come on. Everybody knows Kyle Busch. All I do is win, right? Well, unfortunately, he hadn't been winning, right? So he's going to remain upside down every time until he wins, right? Hey, man, he's doing the best he can. Mad respect, highly talented. Don't like his personality as a driver, but hey, he's getting better, right? So now, with that being said, 21 points back. let's say this man goes out and wins the first 2 stages, and we have Joey Logano who's in 8th. Okay,
Yeah.
8. That's the bubble. Logano's on the bubble. Let's say Logano has one mechanical problem, a flat tire, anything, and he pulls in and goes laps down, and this guy actually runs good and steals those first 2 stages. He's going to be right there in that mix in the 3rd stage. There again, cannot count Kyle Busch out of not a single race. If Kyle Busch was here on a tricycle at Coach's Corner, guess where my money's at?
You'd be betting on him.
I'm betting on Kyle Busch. All right. So now, like I said, not my guy,
sports fans.
but I mean these are odds. This is history, right? So
as my friend Julius Bennett says, the sun does not shine on the same dog's ass every day,
right,
or every year.
So now we sit here and we look at Austin Dillon, right? Opens up those playoffs in the round of 16. 2 top 5 wins. 2 top 5 finishes. Ran really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ran great. Had another one going. Mechanical failure, right? There again, same amount of points as Kyle Busch. If he can go out and have a really good run, he could be in it. Now, Boyer's going to have to win. Almirola going to have to win. But those are 2 guys you got to watch out for, especially the 18 car of Kyle Busch, man. I mean, he's always shown up when the pressure's on. Right now, pressure's on, So we're gonna see what he's made of, man.
Friends, if you did not watch that race at Talladega last weekend, you missed a spectacular race. We watched it up here. We're on a scaffold tower. We were jumping up and down, and I was wondering about the load integrity of this structure. But the good news is you can go watch that on YouTube, because NASCAR, being as squared away as they are, they reproduce the entire race. They also they do a happy hour. In less than an hour, you can see all the big stuff. Or if you've only got like 12 minutes, there's a YouTube video. You can go see all the really cool stuff. Additionally, they also add a show called Radioactive. It's about 5 or 6 minutes long, and you can hear the drivers talking to their spotters. That's spectacular. I mean, there is a bunch of ways to enjoy that, and we're going to keep talking about that race because that was one of the most controversial races.
I thought it was cool. It's a great race, and we're going to get into it. There's a lot of things that happened that you cannot control. Certain rules are in place for a certain reason back in certain times.
Yep.
We'll get into it in just a minute. It's going to get real, man.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Dega edition. The good. Denny Hamlin got his 7th win of the season. After a few laps, he dropped back to the back of the pack for most of the race to stay away from the carnage. That was, to me, that was a mark of maturity and experience.
Yeah, I mean, he's been there. I mean,
it's got the hell out of it.
Here's the thing, man. I mean, you play that race right there, that in Daytona, you play 2 ways. Either you want to be in the very front leading it the whole time, or you want to be in the back. And the reason why is because when a guy messes up, you have time to avoid
it,
or you're out in front of it, right?
Right.
So, I mean, those are the strategies played. I mean, I think that there's no strategy to play for Denny Hamlin. I don't care if he DNF'd all 3 of these races.
What does DNF mean?
Did not finish, wrecked out.
Okay.
He's going to be in the playoffs either way. He's got 7 wins, the stage wins, he's won, he's in it. It doesn't matter if he finishes all 3 races dead last. He's in it, right?
Right.
So, I think it was more, like you said, the maturity level. A great restrictor plate racer. I mean, we talk about it all the time on the show. That's experience. That's being behind the wheel and seeing that and going, man, we're getting a little dicey. It's getting crazy.
I'm going to get the hell out of here.
Right.
All these young guys are up here. They're all pushing and shoving. I'm going to get out.
But he was there at the end. And,
he was there at the end, and he won.
Good for Denny Hamlin, man. Good win.
The bad. The number 18 car of Kyle Busch was collected in multiple wrecks. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this. I'm a retired pilot. But both Kyle Busch and his brother, Kurt Busch, they both logged flight time. Their cars turned into airplanes during that race. They both were up in the air. Kyle's prediction of not moving on is coming true. And I got a bad feeling that Kyle's out of it. The ugly, the double yellow line. Now look here. If you've been looking at anything on YouTube, this is where we get to the meat of the matter, because this has been blowing up all over the tubosphere, YouTubosphere. What about that double yellow line? What happened with Hamlin going below the line? It giveth and it take away. Hamlin seemed to drop below it without a penalty. Chase Elliott was initially disqualified for dropping below it and then passing drivers. But Matt DiBenedetto really had a bout of yellow line fever. His second place finish was taken away for forcing William Byron below the line. After the race, I mean, I felt this. I was watching this race. I was watching this interview. Matty D was visibly upset because he may not have a job next year. Big, what do you think of the double yellow line at Talladega?
I'm gonna
Here we go. Hang
I'm
on.
gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna take these off right now.
Here we
I'm gonna
go.
put it to you like this, okay?
Go on.
There's a reason that double yellow line was invented, okay? And that's because my man, Mr. Jeff Gordon, passed Rusty Wallace, pretty sure with about 5 to go in the Daytona 500 and won the 500, right?
What year was that?
I'm going to say 96, 7, 8, somewhere right in there, those 3 years.
Okay.
I will tell you this. At the end of the day, it's put there for a reason. I think 187 laps at Talladega or however many laps at Daytona, great. No passing below the yellow line. Once that white flag waves, once that white flag comes out, that whole racetrack, grass, apron, anywhere that you can absolutely put that car to win that race should be available.
However you can get through those gates.
That's just how I feel. Now, with that being said, am I mad at Matt Benedetto? It cost me a little bit of money up here, I'm telling you right now. But I took the 24.
Foulds wins. Foulds wins.
Had a great run. He had an absolute great run right there. Was going to pull ahead of the 11. The 21 was beat. He was going to get in front of the 11. That was it.
I thought the 21 was going to win.
But Benedetto, all he did was try to take that air off, to stall that out, to get that run, to get that win, right?
It was an aggressive.
Now you penalize him.
Move.
Here we are. You penalize him for touching somebody. But you got 3 guys that go below the yellow, advanced position, and then you go, oh, no, it's okay for you to do that. But because you force this guy below, you're disqualified?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Spare me, bro.
Come on,
I mean, at the end of the day, spare me. I mean, for real. Like I said, last lap, simple solution. 187 laps of a 188-lap race. When the white comes out, it's wide open. Whatever you can do to win, you do to win. That's the name of the game.
So this is what's going on right now. And I saw this on a YouTube video today. NASCAR is smiling all the way to the bank. Because the more people that are sitting here talking about this, you know, we're talking about this, you're talking about this, the tuba sphere is talking about this. That's all good for NASCAR. They just enjoy the controversy. Watch the next race, right? This is my perspective on it. When you can either be objective or subjective. Objective means there's a rule or there's a wall, right? If you hit the wall, you hit the wall. That's black and white. Subjective means when Hamlin went below that line, how long did he stay below that line? And how long did he need to stay below that line? And could he have got above that line sooner? And you know what? I'm not gonna comment. I'm not gonna criticize. I don't know enough about this to say. But when you introduce subjectivity into decision making, then you stir up the pot. And hey, I think NASCAR does a great job. They're putting on a good show. I'm enjoying it. But that was a very subjective decision they made. And I can totally understand if there's people that say, that was absolutely bullshit.
Right? It's
bullshit.
It's kind of like if the Dogs in Auburn play, right? It's kind of like Dogs in Auburn play. You're a Dogs fan, you're going to be like, oh, that pass interference, oh, that's crap. Yeah. Oh, that shouldn't have happened, right?
That shouldn't have happened.
Same scenario, man. I mean, it's NASCAR, man. Here we're going to penalize all that, man.
That was the greatest race that I have ever watched.
It's a good one.
In my life. Finish. And I watched it right up here on the Teepee Tower of Power, where the Braves teepee is up, where we're raising money for Becca Spear. And once more, listen, if you like this show, do me a favor. If you're still here, God bless you. Figure out how to subscribe to this on YouTube. It's not that hard because I'm 63 years old. And I subscribe to channels all the time because I like them. If I can do it, you can do it. Like it. If you see it on Facebook, share it. Drop a comment. If you want to say we're full of stuff, go ahead. We're just glad you're here. All right. Woo!
Braves got Dan chopping tonight, boys. Chopping, I'm telling you.
Our side bet last week. We are a team. He's a little bit younger than me, but we are a team. Our side bet last week was, when would the big crash happened? And as it turned out, there was a bunch of them.
There was quite a few.
So then we were having to do math and say, well, the big one is when the most cars crash.
Go out, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it was kind of complicated up here. And when you're sitting up here drinking Miller Lights, doing math is hard. I said 178 for the big one. Lawrence Bennett said 185. Damon, where's Damon? Damon's downstairs. Damon, my brother from another mother, Damon Sanderson said 65.
Yep.
Big said lap 9.
That's it.
Coach Carl DeMarcy said 150, and Coach Chad Griffin, the AD, said 186. Well, guess what? The big one happened at lap 109. Damon wins, and he donates his winnings back to Becca Spear. That we're doing the Becca Bash here at Coach's. We counting the cars that crashed. Damon wins, and all that money is going to all that. How many? 13 cars at lap 109, and Damon Sanderson picked that bet. Wow! And that leads us to Checkered Flag for Charity. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, for the NASCAR playoffs, we're shifting gears to help one of our own, Becca Spear. Becca is a beloved server here at Coach's Corner. Last month, Becca suffered a stroke, and she needs our help. She has a long road to recovery, and we're going to help, and you're going to help too, by the grace of God. Thank you very much. Yep. Becca came home from the hospital yesterday, and her family is starting their home care of her now. They need your help. In addition to the Braves for Becca teepee, we have raffles and live auctions planned. And Coach's Corner is going to put together a Becca Bash on October 17th. So that's going to be great food, great music, great times, and you get to hang out.
As always, man, right here in the center of the universe, Coach's Corner, man. I mean, Victory Drive, got to come check it out. If you've never been here, you got to bring the family out. Come check it out, man. Great time.
Yeah. And you get to hang out with us, the crew, and you also get to watch the Georgia-Alabama game. Hey, Rubbin' and Grubbin' put together a basket of cheer to raffle off at the Tom Petty Tribute Band, which he liked.
Yeah.
Concert last Friday. And thanks to lovely Miss Karen, we raised $1,223.
Yeah, big shouts out, man.
You guys bought those raffle tickets.
Hey, not only that, what I loved about it is during that raffle, Karen herself said, you guys got to come up here and check out Rubbin' and Grubbin' on Wednesdays.
Yes, she did.
Man. I stood up. That was the biggest yell you heard in the whole crowd. I promise you that was big. That was big. And like I said, like, share, follow us, man. Go check us out on YouTube. Lawrence does a great job editing everything. Subscribe to that channel. Come check us out, man. Spread the love, spread the word. All NASCAR family right here, man. That's it, right?
It's spectacular. Listen, the reason I call this the center of the universe is I've been helping charities here with John Henderson and his wife Adele, from Alzheimer's Association, golf tournaments, Shriners, Night Stalker Association. It doesn't matter. But he helps out, and that's why I like being here. It makes me feel good about myself to be here and be part of this, and I would love it if you come here and be with me and be with Big. So here's how the Checkered Flag for Charity works. Whatever car number wins the race, we convert that to dollar bills, and it goes into that bucket. So last week, no surprise, Hamlin, well, thank God it wasn't Harvick, the 4. Hamlin won. That's $11 goes to Becca, but that's not good enough. We're going to throw in some beer money and make it $20.
Now, like I said earlier, this is literally beer money. It is covered in nice, ice-cold Bud Light. That happened before the show, before we came on. Literal beer money in the bucket.
Hit that horn! When people go, by the way, we're on Victory Drive right now, and when trucks go by, they blow their horn, and we return the favor. Hey, look here. We have raised $2,819 for Becca's care, and that's just us. Other than that, with all the other things we're doing, it's thousands of dollars. Not bad for a silly redneck NASCAR show.
That's it, man. I got buddy of mine out there who knew me my whole life, and I see him out at gas station, whatever, having a cold beer, having a drink. They go, man, let me tell you. They go, I don't know if it's just because you're talking about NASCAR, or I don't know if it's just because you're on camera, but you sound more country now than I've ever heard you sound in my life. So big shouts out to that. I love that.
Look here,
right?
Drop a comment. This is my dude. This is my friend. How old are you? 35?
35.
35. I think he's spectacular. I don't give a crap what you think about me. I'm an old freaking fat dude. But this guy is spectacular. So do me a favor. Drop a comment and say, hey, Big, great job. All right. If you are watching this, drop by and donate your 5 favorite driver's number. So if you like the 88, well, come on and bring us $88 for Becca. If you like the 11 car, come on, bring us $11. Help us help one of our own. Drop by and take a tour of the TP and donate. Listen, if you can't donate in person, Becca's family has a GoFundMe account. And actually, there's another GoFundMe account started by Kelly Henderson, has started another GoFundMe account. There's a lot of ways to donate money.
Hey, I tell you like this. Bain's gonna do something right here.
Watch out.
Bain's gonna do something
Stand
right
by.
here. Just for us and here at Coach's Corner, you guys come up, drop a comment on this show, or Facebook, or Twitter, whatever we got going on for Rubbing and Grubbing. Drop a comment. You predict the score to the Braves game tomorrow. First one drop. First correct score. First bucket of beer at Coach's Corner on me. Now, all I ask is when you come and you have that one nice ice cold bucket of beer that was paid for, you take that money and you donate it to the Spear family. You donate that back to our cause. That's all I ask. I'll buy your beer. Throw a 5, throw a 10, make a $1 donation. I don't care what you make, but donate something.
Pick the score, get the beer.
Pick the score. First one that replies. Pick the score. You get a nice ice cold bucket of beer.
Do you wonder why I love this kid? I mean, holy shit. Holy stuff. Okay, come on, dude. Michael Annette drove to an apparent second place in the Xfinity race. We actually do watch Xfinity at Talladega. He was later disqualified after his post-race inspection revealed that his ride height was set too low.
Yeah.
He went from -3 points to the cut line for the playoffs to -38.
Happened to the best of them, man. That's happened to the best of them out there.
And among the 12 title-eligible drivers.
You ain't trying if you ain't cheating, man. So big shout out to Michael Annette. I like your style.
Cheers! Cheers to Justin Haley, the Xfinity driver who won his 3rd consecutive series victory on a super speedway, matching a mark accomplished only by Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jr.
Hey, now let me tell you something about Justin Haley. Not only has he had 3rd straight win at a restrictor plate racer at that speedway, Mr. Justin Haley also won a Daytona race last year. Little range shortened, but in the 77 car, he won a NASCAR race. He's a winner in NASCAR. Won me a little bit of money. I like you, Justin Haley. Big shout out to you, brother.
So apparently we're betting on you because we think you're going to be making us money. Far right turn, and I've talked about this young lady before. I think there ought to be more women driving race cars. There's more women. Haley Deegan will make her first ever NASCAR series start at Kansas in the truck race. She is a promising ARCA driver who has battled health issues. Haley, this girl is fun to watch.
Dude.
I've watched her on YouTube in the dirt, sticking her nose down in there.
That is absolutely the most talented chick that has ever been in NASCAR right here. This is a name right here that I feel we've all sat there and we were, Danica Patrick and, other trends. I mean, I'm not taking away anything from the women that actually put women in this sport at all. Yes. Now, Danica Patrick, great driver, great thing. You want to talk about natural, raw talent to drive a race car. This girl right here is going to be the truth. I promise you that. Her dad was a crazy MFer. I'm sure she's got a little bit of that from the freaking genes, right? Metal militia genes.
Right.
She's going to drive the wheels off of it, man. I promise you that. She gets good equipment. You're going to see what this girl can actually do, man. So big kudos to her, man.
So we got a mailbag question from Weebles Wobble. Weebles Wobble wants to know, can a driver challenge or protest a call?
You can protest. I mean, that happens all the time. So let's say like we were talking earlier, Michael Annette goes, we're found too low, right?
Yeah.
You can file a complaint and file a whatever you want to say, a protest of your ruling. Let me tell you how that works. NASCAR, team owners, drivers.
Yeah.
They go, don't care. No, you're too low. That's it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's low pressure in the tires. Doesn't matter if, hey, you started out this way. This is fine. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day,
so in other words, whatever NASCAR says, that's it.
That's how it goes. You know what? You can file an appeal all you want. You can appeal anything you want. I have never seen. I'll tell you what. I've never seen a NASCAR appeal be an appeal. I promise you that. In my lifetime, I've never seen somebody appeal a ruling to NASCAR that they went back on.
So,
by the way,
here's the problem with that. And I don't mind NASCAR looking towards their bottom line and wanting to make money. But what scares me is that occasionally they might think more about making money than like what's being fair to the driver.
To them, it's not about making money. There's a certain set of guidelines: ride height, fenders, tire pressure.
Yeah, that's all.
Right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Now, that's what you violated. That's what you violated.
That's all objective.
Correct.
And earlier I talked about objective versus
Correct.
subjective.
Now, that's what you violated, and now you want to file an appeal. But you violated that. You know the rules before we started. Your car has to maintain this height at the finish. A winning car is going to be inspected every time.
I'm sorry. I'm in my head, I'm changing gears here. I'm going back to the race last
Right,
week.
like below the yellow line.
So this is kind of what I think. And you know, I may be full of stuff. Don't know.
Thank
but
you.
I think it would be
appreciated.
I think that NASCAR might be well served by getting 3 retired drivers, 3 old guys who drove for years, and having them be in the room when there's a thing like what happened on the race last Sunday, and saying to those 3 guys, what do you all think? And let those 3 drivers who are not, they have no financial interest. They don't care if there's 1 million people watching a race or 100. They're just thinking about like what's right. Get 3 drivers and let them be the deciding factor. When did Denny Hamlin stay below the line too long?
Yeah, he did. He advanced his position. The rules are clear. That's why they're rules, right? So that's why NASCAR comes out and says,
but he got pushed down there.
It doesn't matter. How did he get? I watched the race. He didn't get pushed down there that much,
That's what
man.
they said.
Exactly. That's what they said, right?
So this is what's blowing up on the
right. So now listen to this. All right, NASCAR sets those rules for all 38 drivers, right?
Yes.
You got to follow these rules, man.
Yes.
Whether it be ride height, whether it be double yellow line, whether it be whatever, right? That's what you got to do, correct?
Right.
So now, don't pass. You cannot advance your position below that yellow line, period. If you advance, you have to give it back.
Right.
So now because Benedetto came down and touched another driver,
yes,
you went below it and you advanced your position, but you never gave it back, and that's okay. But because he came down and touched the guy for the win and forced him, he didn't even force him that bad. He touched him and he got loose. He hit the apron. Hit the apron.
Yes.
He got loose. He gathered it back up, and they kept racing, right? That's it. So I mean,
as you can see,
how do you penalize
that race? And I mean, that race was not without controversy. And there is like hundreds, well, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. There's a whole bunch of people who have very strong opinions, which is why, you know, if it's going to be a subjective decision, if it's going to be like, you know, do I spank my kid or not? Do I spank my kid or not? You know, it might be not a bad thing for NASCAR to investigate getting 3 old drivers. Mark Martin would be one. You know, I'd recommend him. You get 3 old guys, and you have them sitting there watching the race. You pay their expenses. And when there's a call like that, you look at them and say, what do you guys think? And it's a 2-on-1 vote, you know?
Yeah. Well, to me, instant replay in NASCAR,
call it the Supreme Court.
Instant replay in NASCAR is never going to work when the race is over.
Well, no, that
it's
was
over.
a subjective
Checkers
call.
or checkers.
I mean, how long? The thing is, it's a subjective call. How long did Hamlin need to be below that line? Did he need to stay
long enough to gain a position? So that was it. That's all he needed to do.
We need to roll on. All right, here we go. Brandon, who do you like to win the Roval?
All right, so coming up at the Roval, I didn't wear this hat for nothing. 3 out of the last 4 road course races. I mean, this is my guy, my new guy. Chase Elliott is going to come in first, man. I'm telling you guys right now, this kid has a knack for driving road course races. Just a very talented, bred driver. Number 2 for me, you got to turn around, look at Martin Truex Jr., the one guy that stole the 1 out of the last 4 to not make Elliott 4 for 4. Always a great road course driver. Always a really good guy you got to watch out for. 3 for me has got to be Denny Hamlin. Another really good road course driver.
Yes.
4 for me, when you turn around and you look at it, it's got to be Brad Keselowski. Really good guy. 5 for me, you can throw it up in the air, but I'm going to go out there on a little long shot. I'm going to take the 12 car. I'm going to take Ryan Blaney to come back and have a really good top 5 run here.
Okay.
Dark horses. So we're talking about dark horses. AJ Allmendinger's in this race. Okay, from what I hear. If Allmendinger's in, I'll take Allmendinger as a dark horse. Now, the dark horse on the other side, I expect William Byron to have a really, really good run again, backing it up from what he did last week.
Right.
Really good guy. Sim pays a major amount of dividends on road courses, and this guy sims a lot. He plays a lot of sims. So that's going to be my top 5, my dark horse, man.
Hey, listen, friends, if you listen to ESPN Savannah Hilton Head 104.3 FM and 1400 AM at 9 a.m. last Sunday, you heard Brandon Bain, a.k.a. Big, me, Dan Foulds, and PJ Zuko break down all things NASCAR on the latest episode of Green, White, Checkered. That's PJ's show, and he lets us come on there with him. And PJ,
Yeah.
we love that you do
Love
that.
you, brother. Love that show every Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, ESPN 104.3, or you can follow it online. They stream it as well.
Yeah.
Really good show. If you hadn't caught it yet, I highly recommend tuning in 9 to 9:30 every Sunday. Get you prepped up for that race, man. We talk a lot about things that have happened, NASCAR news. Very similar to this show, just a lot more clean cut and, to the point, man.
There's no swear bucket on the radio.
No, there's not.
No, absolutely. All right. So one of the things we talked about last week, which I really enjoyed, was the fact that Chad Knaus in NASCAR, he's not going to be the crew chief for the 24 car next year. He's going to be a vice president, I think, in charge of
pretty much like development. Yeah, competition development. Definitely going to step in. I mean, a very, very, very bright engineer. So, quick little story about Chad Knaus.
Tell me.
Chad Knaus was the last pedigree of what we call a Rainbow Warrior from the 24 team.
Yes.
So, when Rick Hendrick went to hire Chad Knaus back, this is in the 90s, he goes, what's your ambition? What's your dream? He said, I want to be the crew chief of the 24. So, past couple years, been there with William Byron. Got him a couple, got him a win, got him some really good finishes, kind of set that young kid on his way. Fulfilled his dream.
Yeah.
Very bright engineer. You're going to put him in a higher role, overlooking other bright engineers. Only going to get better than what Hendrick already is, and they're already pretty close to the top.
I think it's 6 championships.
Seven championships, 5 in a row, all with one guy. 83 or 84 wins in a career with that guy. Now Chad actually has more wins than Jimmy. If you break that down. So, big kudos to him. Like I said, moving up, man. I mean, that's what happens, moving on up. So,
the Coach's Corner Sports Network, as I've said, we've added another show. In addition to us and Carl DeMasi, we've got, and the AD Chad Griffin, we've got the Hot Grids podcast. Spencer Maddock and Travis. Travis, how do you pronounce your last name? Judon. Yeah, that's good. Judon. All right, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to change gears here for a minute. We're going to get up and give those guys the microphones, and we're going to let them come over here and talk about
all about their new show coming up.
The Grits Podcast.
Live from
Stick around. We'll be right back. Don't hit that. Don't click that button. Man. The only button you need to click right now is I like that channel.
Do this twice in a row. So, my name's Spencer. This is Travis. We're the newest show on the Coach's Corner Network. We're extremely excited, and thanks to these guys from Rubbin' and Grubbin' having us on, Dan and Brandon.
What's the play here, right here?
Yeah, if you want to clip it.
Yeah, I want to clip it.
I was just going to hold it. But, Travis, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself for a second?
Yeah, let's get this worked out.
Okay. Clearly, we're best friends, but we're very different.
Yeah,
I went straight for the point.
Excellent content.
Yeah.
You're good. Just hang on.
Yeah. Hold it.
Like this?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Okay. Yes, I'm Travis Judon, and we are the Hot Grits Podcast.
Yeah.
Did you want to do all that?
Yeah, I did that.
I wasn't listening. We're really excited to be a part of the Coach's Corner Network. A little different than Rubbin' and Grubbin' in that we've never once talked about NASCAR, I don't think.
Yeah.
Ever. Do you have any NASCAR takes?
No. Off rip, I like Bubba Wallace. I like that MJ's involved. Yeah.
I remember.
Right?
Yeah, I remember Dale Earnhardt.
I remember Dale Earnhardt as well.
And Jeff Gordon.
But we talk about pretty much every other sport other than NASCAR, to be fair. And that's just because we didn't grow up as NASCAR fans. But we're extremely excited about the Braves, as they talked about earlier. We're a little bit more pessimistic than these guys were.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Definitely hesitant to call out World Series.
Yeah, we've been heartbroken way too many times.
You're gonna get kicked off the tower.
No. Don't believe me.
The Braves to win more than anybody.
Yeah, we want.
We just have a healthy fear of.
We have a healthy fear, and we talk about that regularly. So that's the kind of content you can expect from us. But
the Braves do have one thing going. Dan Quinn is not their coach.
Dan Quinn isn't their coach, and that's fucking huge. Do I have to put it?
Dollar?
Dollar? Okay. We also.
Yeah, we're not used to having a dryer. We are not used to having a dryer.
But
you guys, did you tell them where they could find us? Where they can download it? Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. What else? Google Podcasts.
Yeah. Google
It's like a
Podcasts.
really obscure one. SoundCloud?
No, we're not on SoundCloud.
No, we're
He's
not
just
on
making
SoundCloud.
things up now.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will say you can follow us on Twitter at
Podcast Grits.
Podcast Grits.
Yeah, on Instagram, The Hot Grits. And then email is hotgritspod@gmail.com.
Hotgritspod. Yeah, absolutely.
Episode 30 comes out this week, tomorrow, Thursday. And on that, this is awesome. It's like
I know.
it's a lot crazier than what we're used to.
Yeah. We do our show in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rapid fire stuff though.
Yeah,
Does this happen?
Yeah, go ahead.
no, this never happens. No one ever brings us beers, ever. Yeah, what else you got, man?
Cheers, man. Nothing. Go Braves. And thanks so much for you guys having us on. This is a blast. And we look forward to doing more shit with y'all, for real. I'll put another $1 in there, I swear. I'm gonna take my wallet back though.
Take your wallet. You're very welcome. Definitely be tuning in.
If you get the idea that we're having a good time up here, you would be correct. And listen, if you want to come up and experience this, as long as you're willing to donate some money for Becca Spear, come on up and join us. Hey, if you can get somebody to give you $1,000 to get yourself a mohawk, we'd love it if you did that too. Get a mohawk. I'm waiting for somebody to come up with $1,000 for me, because when somebody gives me $1,000, when somebody comes up with $1,000 for me, you know, I'm already ugly or dirt. This hair's coming off when it comes up. All right, Big. Wait, you got a couple questions. Have I ever told you I love you?
I love you too, brother. Hey.
Questions.
All right. On your guys' podcast, man. I mean, what all are you guys going to cover exactly? I mean, college football, baseball, any sport that's going on. So.
Yeah, mostly Southern sports, like, you know, focus on the Falcons and the Braves and Georgia Southern and stuff like that. But
We tend to talk pretty much anything that's going on in the sports world. Though. We'll even get into boxing every now and then when it happens.
we also do a lot of bar recaps. So
A lot of bar recaps.
bar stories from the previous week.
Yeah.
Tinder dates that go wrong.
Anything that you'll find interesting is what we're going to try to talk about.
go wrong.
Yeah, and sometimes if they go right, I guess we haven't really gotten there.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we got some questions.
They do prep work like us.
They like NASCAR, but they don't know much about it. What's your favorite NASCAR movie?
Favorite NASCAR movie?
Have you ever seen a NASCAR movie? Talladega Nights.
Very good.
All right.
That's the only one I got.
They weren't alive. They weren't alive.
All good. Talladega Nights is right there.
It's not NASCAR, but I like Steve McQueen in the Le Mans movie. Oh, what's it called? The 24-hour.
Yeah.
24-hour
Was
race?
it called Winning? Was it Winning? Steve McQueen and Winning? Steve McQueen was in a movie called Winning when I was a little kid.
Okay. Big Steve McQueen guys though, for sure.
All right, spectacular. Spectacular. Six. All right. Guys, listen, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, definitely,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Look forward to hearing it, man.
Listen,
live on the Coaches
this
Sports
is
Network, man. That's where
The
it's at.
Coaches Corner Network
Hot
is
Grits
growing.
podcast, man.
And if there's one thing I, as an old guy, have learned of late, is that young kids, young men, have tremendous talent and tremendous knowledge about sports. Well, guys, listen, we're getting ready to shut it down here for us because we have another show coming on right after us. The amazing, spectacular Coach Carl DeMasi is going to come up here with the AD Chad Griffin. And so we're gonna hurry up and get done so they can get up here. But before we get done, our show is called Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is
Racing,
grubbin' is
tasting, man.
and so what we thought about tonight was, hey, look, if you need to go somewhere, if you need food to go, and you want to have a NASCAR party, you want to have a football party, and you don't have time to make dinner, what do you want to do? You can call Coach's Corner. You can get food to go, and your food will be put into a container for you. And by the way, food from Coach's to go is just as good as food in Coach's. So tonight, I've made it real simple. I said, bring us some wings. And by the way, there is a bunch of flavors and a bunch of coatings they can put on wings. My favorite is a dry rub called lemon pepper. And the reason I like lemon pepper is it doesn't make a mess on my face. Like if I'm talking to my wife and I don't want to look like an idiot, I don't need to have red stuff from ear to ear. So here we have lovely Lindsay, who has brought up our lemon pepper wings. Now look here. I'm just gonna tell you something. Imagine you're going to a party. Imagine you're going to a party, and your friends have said, "Well, what can I bring? Oh, well, bring a 12-pack and bring something to eat." This is a chock full. That's 20 wings. Actually, that's 19. 19 wings with Coach's House hot sauce, which is I'd say the best barbecue sauce on earth. There's some other stuff. This is as good as it's going to get if you like a chicken wing. And as soon as we say goodnight, we're going to be making a big fuss mess all over our face. Take us home.
Hey, man, look, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in and watching the show like you do every week. Coach's Corner, center of the universe. We got Coach Carl DeMasi coming up right here with that local sports report. Got new shows coming to Coach's Hot Grits podcast. Got to check it out. Everything about GA sports, everything about sports in general, and their tender dates. I mean, come on, bro. I got to tune in and hear some stories, right? Check us out. Come out. Have a good time. Donate to coaches. Donate to Becca Spears having a hard time in her life, right? That's what we're all about. Hey, I'm telling you guys right now, best place to watch a game. Come up, throw some money, spend some money, have a great time. Right here, Coach's Corner, Victory Drive, center of the universe. Till then, stay safe, mask up, wash your hands.
Come tomorrow, you're gonna miss the series. It's over.
All right, so now
Spectacular.